Welcome in. Live for another season. Got 16 at the moment. Ready to go. Kaya's just joined, so that's put up to 17. Little Lenny, welcome. New driver. The Hasman's in the chat. Yeah, might be able to get 2 or 3 more in reserves. Just trying to kick them and give them the heat up, but 16, still a good start for the season. Plenty of new faces on the track. I'll do a quick rundown just of the grid. Familiar faces, we've got Marinov, Wicked Red, Sam Ross, Church Jada Boy, who was a reserve last season, so he's now got a full-time seat ready to go. Nepatal and Cyril remain together. Cyril's not here today, but we're going to have Nepatal repping it for the duo. Who else have we got? Faisal is back, previous driver. He's now on for the season. Again, missed out on the last season, but he makes the return back to the grid. Kookaburra back in the Aston Martin. We've got K1 dropping down from the F1 division, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do back in the F2. Chesney and Nano remain together as well. They're now at Merc. Mercedes, sorry, they've moved across from the green of Aston Martin. Jono as well. Jono's another demotee from the F1 down into the F2. He's with Clipsy, who finished the season quite well. Alex, he's kept his full seat. Poor attendance last season, so hopefully the times suit him better this time. But then plenty of new faces. We've got Little Linny in the Has, who's, well, if it's based on just sign up, a promising driver for the season, so we're keeping an eye on him. Let's put all the telemetry on. Who else have we got? We've got Ica12345, another guy who could be right at the top. Reku Justin, unfortunately not here tonight, but I would have actually put him as my favourite to win this race. So could be a relief for some drivers that he's not here tonight. Destructor as well, joining him at Ferrari. Hopefully he appears at some point. I think he is meant to race. Well, Ferrari. They're meant to. They're meant to be appearing at some point. Destructor should appear at some point during quali. If not, then Ferrari are well and truly in the mud. Hopefully we can get them reserved if one decides to actually reply. Yeah, we've got DeRouge in at Red Bull. He was around in the league last season but never actually raced, so he's finally getting on track, and he's the one that you see on screen now. And then apart from that, and then it's just Kurabod and the Williams, who unfortunately isn't here again tonight, so hopefully he can be in for next week. But he is another one who should be right at the very front, so again, we'll have to have a little look-see and see who the top people are. I'll quickly go, just as I cut to the two Macans. I know these boys have been practicing their toes, but that did not look very comfortable, did it? But we're watching Nano as he finishes his lap. He went purple in the second. Is he going to be the first person to start his lap, to finish his lap? That might be why he's gone purple, because he's literally... Oh no, he did. He's faster than Kookaburra in the second. Nano with a 29.5. Okay. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of times these boys are dropping, because I'm intrigued to see if anyone gets into the 28s. Obviously, these are just the bankers going in to start. But I think front of F2, we could see break into the 28s if someone nails their lap. Big talk in the chat saying they're going to get 28 of this and that, but an online session's different to time trial and a single player session, so we'll see. I think the pole time is going to be a 29 dead. I don't think anyone's going to get into the 28s. Two equal, like Nano and K1. Someone screenshot that, put that in the chat. The goats. We watched the Rouge round as he finishes his lap. Everyone's just getting the time on the board, testing out the waters, seeing how they feel about the league. Clipsy with the first lap, 29.2 from Little Linny, so he's set the bench down by just below 2/10. The Rouge goes 6th with 29.7, so everyone's settling for a 29 at the moment, just testing the waters, seeing how they can feel. Cyril 28 easy, nah. Well, I mean, we'll see. In time trial, in a single session, he's F1 would be a 28, so I mean, Sezo and Zig, they might even be in the 27s for pod because they're sickos, but I think most people in F1 would be around the 28.5, 28.6, so F2 If you're referring to that, I think it's going to be close. Whether it's 28 or 29. I put my money on the 29-0. So we'll see. We've still got John to set lap as well. Oh, Inter's Championship, I forgot. He's the only one in the Inter's Championship. What can Ryan set as his first lap? Back on the grid this season, he goes with a 31 as his first lap. He's had a couple of unlucky races towards the end of the last season, so hopefully, I mean, for his sake, I hope he can have some good luck for once. Finish some races, get some good points to the board, because, I mean, Alpine have come with some big talk. Sam Ross thinking that he's sounding quite confident coming into this season. So we'll have to keep an eye on him and see what he can do across this shorter race calendar. We've only got 10 races. Season 1 vibes this season. We've got races on both days. F1 in Season 1 we raced double on a Sunday, and we only had 10 races. Again, we've got 10 races this season, but duo races on the Friday this time. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that pans out. Chesney coming in, low fuel mode for him. That's going to be another interesting thing about fuel. I don't think we'll see anyone run out of fuel today, but I mean, I won't obviously drop any spoilers about how much fuel you should need, obviously, in case people are listening and they steal it, but if people plan to get stuck in a DRS train and then they end up getting isolated, they may find themselves in trouble. And if you plan for a safety car, obviously. Personally, I mean, it's Bahrain, it's a track you wouldn't necessarily expect there to be a safety car. But in F2 there's always a bit of chaos, so who knows? Who knows what can happen? I think last time, if I remember, last time we raced at Bahrain, I think we had 3 safety cars, so yeah, if there isn't a safety car, someone will run out of fuel. Yeah, exactly. So there's always that one person that takes that gamble. That you flick through the 20 drives at the start of a race and you already see someone's fuel going. John pitting, coming in for his change of set of tyres and actually set a time. I think Jono should have. I think he's underestimating F2 slightly, if I'm being honest. I think he's come back into F2 after being in F1 and he's expecting to walk it, but some of these new guys that we've got signed up for F2 this season do have some serious pace. So I'm very intrigued to see where the whole grid stacks up against each other. Kaya, he's gone wide, survived the invalidation though. I mean, Kaya, you need to be stuck to the left here, lads. Oh, Kaya, we've been trying to train Mr. Kaya, and he's abandoned that lap. He's coming into the pits. I don't know how I should call this guy. I call him RJ Van Vliet. But brand new in the league as well, just about to start his lap. First time I've seen a league race stream I've had. Yeah, we got to get that money. We're trying to grow the business of House of Racing. We need to fund the calendars. And just as I see that Van Vliet has invalidated on his only, he's got a 41, but his only representative time is now invalid, so hopefully he can recharge and go again. Nepatal also red. And lots of people in the pits. I don't know how many runs people do. Personally, I would try and do 3 or 4 runs. It's a bit of a quiet track at the moment for representative times. Got Nano and K1 on their outlaps as well, so we'll keep an eye on for when they finally set their times, although I kind of want them both to mess up their laps so that time still stays the same. I want that 583 to stay the same. Someone else join them. How do you do 4 laps? You can do 4. I mean, it depends how many sets you want to use. If you put like 8 kg, 9 kg of fuel, you can at least do 2 runs on the one set, pit again and do 2 runs on the other. I mean, if you just full on just spring across the track and cut, like turn 4, and then obviously come out the pits and just take an immediate right, you could do that. And then if you want to do a 5 kg, just one like speed run at the end, you can do that as well. But we'll see, at least do 3 runs, so it depends if people choose to keep their softs, of course. I mean, it depends what strategy people are using in the race. I think the favourite might be a medium hard. That's what the game suggests anyway. Might not be the fastest, but that's what the game suggests to do, depending on what tyres you choose to keep for the actual race. Faisal is the first man into the 28th. There we go. My prediction's already broken. I said a 29.0. I mean, he's not far off it, but Faisal already putting a marker down as the man to beat. Plenty of time left in the session, plenty of people left behind him on laps as well. Oh, I'll call you Luke then. Shall I call you Easy Luke? I'll call you Luke rather than RJ Van Vliet. Watch Nana. Nana's been very confident coming into the session as well. I think this whole season at F2 he's been practicing a lot for Bahrain. I know there was slight head loss last week when he found out the pre-season race wasn't Bahrain. So I feel like this man has been living and breathing Sakhir for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Luke, I saw you invalidated. Purple sector 2 on your last run, you invalidated. We just follow Nana around. Look at this, these boys have their toes sorted. They know what they're doing, don't they? If Nana doesn't get 28 yet, shaming in the league. Go into the chat. Is he going to get 28? He's starting the 28th. Nana, come on, lad. He's been saying he can get a 28, but at the moment, Nano, come on. Nano. The Rouge red on his sign. Go to Jono. Jono, first lap and he bangs in the 29.1. The Inter's warmed him up and now he's ready to go. But still, he's still 2/10 away from Faisal. Faisal has put down a nice banker there. I didn't necessarily expect him to come with such pace, but that's a very, very impressive first lap. He was close to the line. We've got a Red Bull coming around. There's Alpha and May. Is that Ika finishing in his lap? He's down in his time. It looks like he'd be in the pits as well, so no real point watching him finish things off. Jono on his time. Clipsy. Do you know what? We'll watch Clipsy all the way around. 6th place at the moment. Sat in, well, nearly just behind IRT. He's only 2,000ths off his time. And then there's that gap, that slight gap up to Nano. All quite close, really. This midfield pack from Nat, I mean, even if you include Little Lin in it, all the way down to Alex, really. But no, Sam Ross, and all these people in the 29s, all quite tightly congested. So if it stays like this, it could be an interesting race. So we'll see how it plays out. Clipsy comes across sector 1 line and he's up on his time by a tiny bit. I mean, even just that margin will put him up to 5th if he can hold that. So we'll hope he can continue that across. Clipsy started as a reserve last season. Had some questionable, I mean, we've even told him, had some questionable first. Oh, and he's gone wide. I've just jinxed him. Oh, he's kept it valid. I don't know if that'd be. That probably knocked a couple of tenths off his time there. But yeah, he had some questionable appearances in his first couple of races reserving, but he's rapidly improved at this game, and he's well deserving of a full-time seat in the F2. That's a time out. Yeah, he lost all that time in the exit turn 10. That's unfortunate. Good to Alex. Only one really on track. Everyone's just deciding to. This is like actual F1 when they decided to do that sprint knockout thing in quali, and just everyone stayed in the pits. Up on his time. Alex is another big hitter. He's another one of these guys that if he nails this lap, you'd put your money on him in being up towards the front. Unfortunately, last season he couldn't race as much as he could. What are these ads? Alex again. Where can he finish across the line? He was initially in the F1 division, so he has got the pace to be towards the front. Self-admittedly not much practice though, so we'll have to see how this plays out. He's done a 29.0 again. This was what I thought was going to be a pole time, so that's a very good lap. Puts that to 2nd, demotes John down to 3rd. See, we're getting some slight ideas of where people are going to finish. 5 people out on out lap, so this would be people's final run. Everyone's going to be, it's going to be a mad rush towards the end now, isn't it? Oh, lucky that wasn't on lap because that would have, who was that? Is that Nepatal? No, that would have been a guy of quali ban. Guy, mate, watch your mirrors. There we go, Linney's on his laps. We'll watch Linney. Hopefully he doesn't get blocked here. He's got a car right ahead of him. I think he's going to get blocked. This guy needs to get out of the way. Oh, that might be a report. We'll have to see if that gets reported. I think he just got away with it though. He's up on his time, so we'll follow Linney as he finishes his lap. Without jinx, obviously this is my driver that I predicted to win the first race. So I'll put my money where my mouth is. Linney, what can you do? Follow it round, fourth at the moment, and then we just flick through all the drivers. Everyone on out lap. Sam Ross is the only driver that's in the pits. So Sam Ross at the moment, he's going to be 12th at best. But he's 2 tenths up on his time. At the moment, he's going to be the next. That's pole if he can continue this time round. Can he be the next driver to break into the 28th? Last corner, chooses to go for third or fourth round there. It's interesting to see which drivers take which method. Coming to the line, what can it be? 28.9 again, he beats Faisal. 2 drives in the 29th, and that's provisional pole for little Linney. Right, okay, game on. Who's next? Everyone now streaming across the line. Is Nano going to be the next to finish? Is that Aston further ahead? Is that Kookaburra? Kookaburra's just started his lap. So we'll stay with Nano. Unless that's Jono up ahead. Yeah, we'll stay with Nano. We'll try and go through them as they appear on track and just tick them along. I'm intrigued to see what Nano's Delta's saying as he crosses that second sector. Will he be up? Trying to maximise the track as much as he can there. Look at that, he's on the absolute limit. Where is he going to be? He's 4 tenths up. Could Nano get bold? Oh my god. This is it, this is the moment. Last corner, he's got one more corner. Linney's done, he's finished this. Faisal might have one last run in him. What's Nano gonna, is he gonna get into 28? He's surely gonna get into 28, isn't he? 28, now it goes bold. Improves by half a second on his time. There's people behind him though. And Faisal's improved. Faisal might ruin the party. Whereas Faisal, he's 4th gear in the final corner. It means he can easily get down the throttle on the exit. And De Rouge goes fast into 0.7. What? Oh my, Red Bull out of nowhere, they've snuck a 1-2. Alfa Romeo next, that Ika finishing his time. Ika coming towards the last corner. Oh, he just a little drift round there. Has he messed it up? I didn't see what he was in the second sector. We'll watch him across the line. Is he going to get into 20? He goes 9th. It's a big improvement for him as it is. We might not be able to catch these one by one. So Chesney goes up to 3rd. Sponge Star, what can Sponge Star do? It doesn't improve, slightly improves, stays 16th, I'm afraid. K1 goes up to 10th, 3 places up. Clipsy goes up to 9th from 12. They came flying at the end, didn't they? Look at that, mad. Whoa. 2 teams really putting a statement down there, didn't they? Red Bull, on their last run, provided a match. Look at the top 3 though. All within half a tenth. De Rouge gets pole position in the opening round, first race in the league, and he puts on pole. Faisal on his return goes second. 1-2 for Red Bull. McLaren will come with the talk, and do you know what? The higher than I might have thought they did. 3 and 4. Nano coming off worse than his teammate. He is 1-0 down in the quali battle after giving it the big one, but fair play. Linney gets 5th. Jono down in 6th after, I think he probably, like I said, I think he should have done more runs. Rest of the top 10, we got Kookaburra in 7th, Alex 8th, Clipsy 9th, and Luke in 10th, reserving for Williams. Just outside, we've got K1 down in 11th. Might have expected him to do slightly better considering he wasn't F1 last season. Let's see how it plays out in the race. What is the strategy? That's the question. No formation lap as well for the people watching. Hopefully the drivers remember. New drivers, they should be aware there's no formation. It was in the rule set for the sign up, so fingers crossed there's no one just sat like a lemon on the line and get caught out. Where's the inters the hards? You never know. John has used a set of inters, so. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, no formation. If people are listening, no formation lap. It's straight into the race. So be ready. As soon as that counter ticks down, as soon as the lights go out, we're straight in. Thanks to EA not being able to run a game properly, of course, and the formation consistently having bugs. Straight in, remember, 3, 4, 5. Green. Do we get going straight away? Then we go. It's a safety car off the start, man. These stupid lobbies, man. Right, let me go into the chat, let me try and... Right, I think we just sit out of the safety car, Yeah, exactly, brilliant game. Typical, isn't it? Typical EA. Ruin the strategy off the start. Makes sense to not do a lobby restart, because the same thing will happen. We just hope that the safety car comes in after 2 laps, after the pack. Well, the pack's all together, so yeah, should sort itself out. But it's typical, isn't it? We get all hyped for a race, and then EA decide to do this. Gives us time to at least look at the strategies of what people are planning to do. Kai and Sponge are at the back, choosing to just go for the hards, go as long as they can. Same with Linny and K1. K1 trying a bit of a Hail Mary down in 12th, I think. He's just trying to do something, just trying to cook for himself. And then you've got 2 soft runners there, trying to be a bit different. Kookaburra in 7th in the Aston, and then McLaren choosing to split their strats. The older Chesney version 1 deciding to go for softs off the start. I mean, their safety cars, is it working in their hands? And you could say either way, really. Lets them keep their tyres in better condition for more, but at the same time, it's time that they want to be running away with it. So, formation lap is off. Yeah, the game is just broken sometimes. If there's any kind of glitch with the host, it just decides to chuck a safety car. I mean, it's connection sometimes to people on the grid as well. We've got the same host as last season, and then it's done this. Who's comms? It's Mr. Owner, Jenga Boy. Owner, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Reese hosted all of F2 last season, all of F1 while I was away, pretty much. So, and we didn't have this issue at all last season, so it's a bit strange that this suddenly came out of nowhere as well. So, Owner. Comms for F1, Wildstorm should be in F1. Helix was meant to be in today, but his PS4 decided to explode, so changes had to be made. So yeah, hopefully if Helix isn't free next week, it might be me again. If not, yeah, we just want to take the burden away from Wildstorm, because otherwise he'd be doing back-to-back F1, F2, and he may die. Hopefully this is the last lap. I'm hoping the safety car comes in this lap, and it's just the 2 laps. Three laps under the safety car to start. It's not even giving me wet race vibes. You have 20k channel points. Safety car, yeah, safety car in this lap. Okay. Everyone get ready. This is effectively the start of the race. Just a bit dead, we didn't see the action down to turn 1, but I mean for F2, that might have actually helped people. I mean, we've avoided some chaos down to turn 1, Someone's going to try lens though. I mean, I'm looking at the likes of Kookaburra, the likes of Chesney on these softs that just want to just charge through the field. Because they want to make this strategy count. When's Linny behind? Linny's the hardest. I'm interested to see how Linny gets on in the hards as well. He's going to get swamped. How's he going to do? The Rouge goes. Is the safety guy going to clear? Yeah, there we are. We're good. Oh, it's a bit of chaos. Wicked Red's lagged out. See a little. Who's that ghosting in there? Still staying as it stands. Two teams leading 1-2, 1-2. Keeping it relatively clean. There's nothing. Oh, there's a spinner back there. Ika's round and he's reset to track. Oh, there's chaos there as well. For both of the Romeos. Who's that? Sam Ross went round. And I've caught that Brighton stream as well. Unfortunate for Ika, but that will be a penalty for him as that was a reset to track. There's a hand. Did McLaren went to Chesney spin? Did he get knocked up by his teammate? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens if anything gets brought up in the stewards after that. Let's slightly go back up to the front and see how this is going after all that chaos. The end of Sector 1. As it stands, the Red Bull are running away with it. Nano's trying to stay on the tail of Faisal, but De Rouge has absolutely legged it up the road. It's 1.2 already. I mean, DRS. Oh, Nano nearly loses his back end. Linny doing a good job on the hard though. He's in a different race to Kookaburra in a way, so you should just let him go because. Oh, is he going to give him the space? Oh, nice clean driving, kept it clean there. Little bump, should be fine. Yeah, Kookaburra just needs. I mean, it's completely just a mismatch on tyre compound. But Johnny tries on both of them. Johnny's completely drained his ERS to try and get this move done. And he makes the double overtake, but at what cost is that? He's got 37% ERS already, and he slightly loses the back end on the exit. Kookaburra's right, and Kookaburra's got the same amount of ERS. They're both draining their battery. Could be quite costly in the late stages of this race, or just a stint. And then you look, I mean, that's why De Rouge is so far up the road, because he is just deciding to just empty his battery. I don't know what he's thinking. He's flicking his ERS on and off. I don't know if that's a visual glitch. He's ran away with it. Faisal in second. He's got the gap. I mean, Nano's still on his tail, but I wonder if this is. Why is his ERS doing that? I'm genuinely confused. Have a little flick further down. What's happening? K1 had a bit of a terrible start on the hards. I mean, it has to be expected. He's dropped down slightly to the soft runners. I guess that's a pit change, a wing change for Sponge Star. That's why he's 37 seconds back. We did see a part of the front wing flying when Ika had his little spin as well. K1 though, look at K1, he's cooking on these hards. He's trying something at the back there. Nano though, look, Nano slightly lost a bit of momentum in his fight with Faisal. DRS now enabled this lap, so now we can see some DRS chains starting, so that'd be fun to watch. It's a strategy with that ERS. What, it just looks weird. What's he doing? He's got all of it. How is that? What, I don't understand. He's got no ERS left and he keeps flicking it on and off. I don't understand. I don't understand. I've never seen that before. Nano hanging on to this third place. He's got Jono and then Kookaburra fighting through. In fifth, we've had a spin back there. What's happened back there? Is that Sam Ross again? Alex has gone off on the Williams. Has he still got front wing? Yeah. So that darker colour of the Williams just going on McDonald. Yeah. Might be on AI. Do you think? Doesn't look right, does it? It's very weird. I'll keep an eye on that. I might put a message in the chat just to see if he's actually still there. Some guys are doing it. It's just very odd, isn't it? Yeah, he's not AI because we run ghosting, so if he's AI, he'd be ghosted. Don't think anyone else is ghosting. Wicked Red, yeah, he got back in. Just yeah, I don't understand that. Maybe that's just my little F1P brain, but I fail to believe how it's flicking on and off like that. It's very strange. In the meantime, though, he's 2.5 seconds up the road from his teammate, and it looks like his teammate's about to be out by Nano. Nano, though, no ERS, though. Faisal is in a good position, even though he's getting overtaken. He is sat very nice in his 72%. And Jono goes for a double overtake again. He bumps Nano wide, which in turn bumps Faisal wide. And Faisal's lost 2, about to be 3 positions just from that. I'd be taking that to the stewards as far as Faisal, because that move wasn't on from Jono. He's been very aggressive off the start here to try and cut through the field. Kookaburra sitting nice here on his softs though, but he needs to avoid Jono, because Jono looks like he's on a bit of a mission to just bulldoze his way through the field here. You need to be careful, because it's all well and good on finishing higher up on track, but if you've had to kill multiple people to get there, I mean, the stewards aren't going to look too kind on you if you do that. So again, we'll have to wait and see how that pans out at the end of the race. Faisal looks like he had a bit of a moment, but if he's over there, he activated Russell mode. He's literally decided he turned in away, and he's just killing people. Kookaburra though, Kookaburra sat on a better... Right, let's see what Luke said. If you use the RS, you drain the battery. If you flick it, you have the same effect while not using as much. Yeah, but he still used all of it. I don't know. Is he flashing? If I can see he's flashing, then that's legit, because he's on 0. He's... Yeah. I don't understand why he's used all of it. Yeah. Safety. Oh, Nepatar's out. I was waffling on about the ERS and I've missed Nepatar. Where's Nepatar? Chucked it in the wall. On exit turn 11, he's just got caught on the throttle and chucked in the wall, hasn't he? Easily done. Now, safety car. Do anyone pit? Alex pits. We're probably into that window now where people... I mean, K1's in the pits. If I was K1, I might have stayed out. Medium, surely they're just going to chuck on hards till the end. Alex goes hard. K1 now goes mediums. Samros hards. K1's going to have to pit again. He's not going to be able to do 22 laps on the mediums. And we'll be keeping an eye on it. The only thing I would say about Derouge is he is a PlayStation. So I don't know if he'd be able to do anything on... I mean, yeah, maybe his controller's bugged. He's literally having to hold his thumb over it and pray for the best. But I mean, he's already shown some good speed regardless. He went 2 seconds up the road before the safety car. Let's see if anyone's saying anything in chat. John, let me go ping him. Let me go ask him what is happening. Leads the way that this is the bad thing with Kookaburra now on the softs. Yeah, I don't know if we have a Stuart actually in, just to literally watch Derouge the whole race. Let me go confer quickly. Very strange. Yeah, I'll see if we can get someone in just to, you know, just as a observer. But yeah, Kookaburra is the only one now on the softs. I feel like he's missed that window to pit. Chesney came off the softs. And he's down in 14th, but he's on hards now, and he could go towards the end on the hards. Kookaburra though, oh, what's stopping? Why is K1 literally just stopped? Typical safety car chaos, isn't it? Ah, Gabby's in. Okay, Gabby will be RFIA. We are safe. We'll be in Gabby's hands for the race. But yeah, Cooper, he's obviously in a good position now on the restart. The softs still have life compared to the mediums, but I mean, the softs have 14, 15 laps in them. I think he's missed a window, you know. It's a shame for the Aston Martin man. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this during the race, but safety car in this lap though. Very odd. Little Linny, the only one up on that first pack of people that was on the hards, and he's stayed on the hards. I think K1 should have stayed on his hards. You can easily do another 10 laps. So I don't know why K1 necessarily pitted, but we'll watch DeRouge as he kicks things off. Ooh, very aggressive. Nana's being very aggressive off the line. He's side by side, that's not allowed. And he's been caught completely napping. DeRouge went very, very late there. He's caused chaos behind. Everyone bunched way up. It's like a Las Vegas start. People, ooh, just making sure there's no chaos. Slight contact between the Haas and the Aston. Kai's round at the back. Ooh, big snap from Wicked Red. No, that's Faisal, isn't it? Oh! Is that one out? Clipsy's out. Clipsy and the two Williams take a trip to the wall. Clipsy's the worst one that comes out of that. Both Williams. Alex hasn't got a front wing. Ryan, safety car spawn, safety. Literally, it was Grosjean. Safety car spawn, safety cars. Now, what do people do? Surely now Kookaburra whips into the pits. Has to. See, I said 3 safety cars. I mean, 1 technically isn't really a safety car, but in terms of safety car periods, obviously at 3 now, which is unfortunate for Bahrain. It's just a little instance. It's one case of losing at turn 11, and then before you know it, the pack's bunched up again, and then you've got a potential situation where someone can chuck it in a wall or just get caught up. Now, 2 pits? That's the question. Everyone's bunched up. Whoever pits now, it's probably the right call. But at the same time, you're bunched, you're going to lose so much time, you're going to go to the back. If any of these front runners pit, they're last. Apart from Ryan, because obviously, not Ryan, apart from Alex, because he'll obviously need a front wing. Williams guys coming together, hit his rear wing. Yeah, we'll have to watch that back if you clip it, and if you want to report him, then you can create a ticket for that. That can get pings after the race, and the FI can look into that if you deem it worthy of a penalty. Yeah, 2.5 safety cars, yeah. We go again. Linny choosing to go for softs. So he's committed already. Is he going for a double softs off the back of this? I mean, the softs he can do another, 11 laps or so on the softs, 12 to 18. I mean, he's going to have to pit again. So I'm very interested to see what he chooses to do there. Ika, Wicked Red, choose to go for the hards. Lucas are choosing to go for the softs. I mean, he's in the chat. I'd be interested to see what he's planning to do. Because like Linny, he's going to have to pit again. Cooper's still out on the softs. I'm concerned for him. I'm concerned that he's still on the softs because, I mean, he's only got... Yeah, but you're going to have to pit again though, Luke. So I think you would have been better off maybe trying to go long. Were you on the hards anyway? If you're on the hards anyway, then fair enough. The softs though, everyone's trying to go long, yeah, but then if everyone's staying out, you're going to be the only one who's stopping. But we will see. We'll see if it comes to fruition. Yeah, true. If you don't gamble, you don't win. Let's see what the Williams boys can do from the back. Alex switching to mediums after his wing change. Lots of hard runners at the back as well. So these guys, Faisal came in, Ika, Wicked Red, they'd be looking just to stick it out to the end now. 19 on the hards. Even Darouge pitted, he'll be going towards the end, 19 laps on these hards. No, these medium runs at the front, it depends what they're trying to do. 19 hards is okay, you can do 19 on the hards. If you wanted to, you can do 17, you can do like 17 on the mediums if you wanted to. So the hards definitely can do 20. Obviously it's not ideal, you'd be a bit of a little slug at the end. If you're just trying to stick it out, then it's definitely worth the track position just to see what happens. Yeah, soft runners need to probably try and cut through as quick as they can. Only Linny and Luke at the back now on the softs. The rest either pitted for fresh, harder compounds, or they've chosen to stay out. Cook now on 10 lap old softs in third place. By the time safety car comes in, that's going to be 11 laps on softs. So he's going to have to come in within the next couple of laps, and he's within the pack. He's going to go right to the back. I mean, at least he'll only have to do one pit stop there. So some people will have to pit again. Kookaburra is going to be in that category of people, so I guess he's just assumed, I just stick with what I've got. He's just staying with his base strategy and just freeballing it at that point. Safety car should be in this lap. Everyone's together, yep. Alex has finally caught up. I feel bad for Ryan. It's an issue he had last season with internet. He keeps dropping in on that. He's got pace to be up there. And he's just outside the points on a fresh set of hard, so hopefully he can at least get back in for the restart. I should have time. Got an invite, so he's back in. Right, Nano leads the pack. Nano hasn't actually led that many safety car restarts. I remember last time he did it, he didn't really know what to do. So hopefully he's learnt from his mistakes. I know he's getting a bit shaky right now. He's getting a bit shaky. He's gone early. Oh, what's it? Oh, I felt like he slightly went there and then he stopped. I might have to look back at that, because if that's the case, that's not allowed, but we're watching down the line. He's managed to get the jump over Jonna just to start. Cooker in third. Got Has going for the move. I think that's little Linny trying to cut through. Oh, it's got a move. Is everyone safe? Oh, there's an Aston. Who was that? K1 gets caught. I don't know who that was by. Is that? I was going to say it's Alex, but no. Who's that right at the back? K1. It's caught up in more chaos. Flick through. Linny past the Rouge on the softest compound. Ooh. To avoid the chaos, lads. Rouge trying to hang it around the outside, and he might have done that because of the slow exit Sponge Star. Sponge Star, a bit of a roadblock there for Linny. He's just going to make the dive down inside to make the move. Oh, and they've clipped Kaya a bit slow on the apex, and he gets spun. The likes of Sponge Star Kai here, they're slightly out of track position, so they're causing a bit of chaos for the cars behind. Alpha and Mayo slightly tag each other. So Ryan lags a bit there to get in front. Cut back in front to how it's going up here. That's the question, what does this man do? What does Kookaburra do? Got a yellow flag back there. Who's that in the wall? Ika's again gone. Oh, I didn't see. Was that another reset? There might have been another reset to track. Look at this. Look at this train already. Everyone getting bunched up. Kaya could be the bunching up point, because Luke's obviously just got past him and he's just legged it down the road. Kaya, to be fair, Kaya's bunched up Alex to the point that these three are now a bit isolated from him, so look at that in front as well. Linny first to get a time second penalty. 3 seconds there for little Linny as he's trying to fight back through. And he's back up to 6th on the softs. Is that going to be contact, or thought Chetty was going to collide then, but side by side. Kookaburra, what does he do? Kookaburra, oh, he's got danked. Oh, and little Linny's collecting from behind. Oh. And that's literally the worst situation for Linny. On the sort on this collision again. Who's that? This got. I think K1 just tagged Sponge Star around. This is the only problem with safety cars. It bunches people back up for an unnecessary amount to the point that if you have people choosing to do alt strats, you're going to have people, no offense to people like Kai and Sponge Star, out of position and causing unnecessary traffic jams. Look, out of nowhere, I didn't even realise this. Samroff's off the second, 6 lap hards, as opposed to Jono on the softs, the softer compounds. Jono's going to have to be coming in the next 5-6 laps. Cyril, how many races do you think I will finish? Well, if you don't retire in the pits, I'd expect all of them. I would say you'll finish 8 and chuck it in the wall on 1. Alex cooking on the mediums as well. Samros though, Samros draining his ERS. Does he get Jono? He's on the fresher tyres, he shook at him. Jono's going to try and hang it around for the inside. Get space. Does Jono get the run? He hasn't got DRS, but then watch Nano. Nano's going to try the late break. Ooh, he's going to make contact. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, Sponge Star's out. What's Sponge Star? Oh, he just retired in the pits. Ah, and just as I say that, there's contact between Nano and Samros, which I don't think any. Oh, a bit of lag there. Oh. Lag literally causes me undue stress. That's just from Sponge Star leaving the session. So again, it's just EA with these. Oh, just like contact with Wicked Red and Kookaburra. There's too much happening. I can't deal with this. I prefer to race. Get me back on track. And out of nowhere, DeRouge went from being sat down there and wherever on the hards to then fighting through all the chaos. Now he's in second. Luke though, Luke was down in 12th. He somehow got to third. This is what I mean, it's chaos like this. The slower drivers have backed up the pack enough that the soft runners have been able to find the optimal line around the corner and just nab 3 positions. Jono, what's Jono going to have to do? Oh, and a slight contact with Luke and DeRouge. Jono's surely in the pits now, isn't he? Yeah, he's in the pits. Be careful. People have to be careful with that pit lane line. Both of these guys have DRS. Luke, though, if he stays behind, is he going to? Yeah, stay behind. He's going to have DeRouge, though, in DRS down this next straight. If he's lucky, he's got the traction on the softs. He's right up behind him. Should be an easy pair. Yeah, there he goes. So this is interesting. So Luke now leads, but he will have to do another stop. So the Williams, even though he's been in the wars, he's in the lead, but he's going to have to pit again. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. He needs just to leg it down the road now. He's got a hard runner behind him and a heavily used soft runner, the closer card. So I mean, the closest to him is the 2 hard runners, Faisal and Wicked Red. If Wicked Red can stay in the session, which hopefully he can. And then Linny, still in 8th after that slight collision he had with Nano. Or Nano and Samros obviously colliding. Linny, of course, still got that pen though. That's that one thing weighing him down. When you've got the safety cars and everyone's packed together. I mean, he's quite lucky that there's still 14 laps to go in this race, so the gaps will be able to open, but he's still got a 3-second weighing over his head. Unless he wants to go to the stewards and try and get it removed. So if he wants to do that, he can, as long as he provides race director proof and then the clips of the cuts that he wishes to get removed. Kookaburra finally, these tyres are screaming at him. Finally going to switch. I'm assuming he's going on to the mediums. Mediums now to the ends. Jeddah would be, yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about Jeddah. Last season was, not even last season. Last time we did it in Season 3 was extremely painful. And it led to several drivers leaving in the F1 division, so. And I crashed, so. That's why I do not like the race. Right, so with Kookaburra gone out of the way and now on a fresh set of boots, it leaves just 2 at the top. DeRouge sticking with Luke at the moment, even though he's on the hards. Softs are starting to get to that window where they're slightly starting to tip over. Meanwhile, DeRouge, I mean, he can go to the end on these. He's another 13 laps on these, no problem. And who's that in the wall? Oh, Chesney. He's not even in the wall. He's just spun off. Start of sector 2. Oh. And the McLaren dream's just slowly unravelling, isn't it? Third and fourth down to ninth and 12th. I mean, Nano, the only problem with Nano after that spin is he's going to have to pit again. So his race is only going to go backwards from here. I mean, he needs to be careful he doesn't collide with Ika. Ika trying to catch the car as he goes around as well. Alex as well. The Williams, you know, they've had a bit of a resurgence. It looks like their race was dead and buried. Alex, I mean, he was lucky not to be out after his collision with his reserve teammate and Clipsy. That saw Clipsy unfortunately retire, but he's made his way back to fourth, and he's on the preferable tyre. I mean, can the mediums do another 12 laps? Maybe just about. You're getting into puncture territory at the end there, but it's possible. Does he send it? No, thinks better of that. Everyone's very low on ERS. This is a lot lower than I thought people were going to be. Interesting that the DeRouge, one thing commenting, I know we haven't talked about this since, but ERS is not doing his thing at all now. So I wonder if something's been changed under the safety cars. I'll have to refer to my my colleagues after, my trusted precious Gabby. Okay, we'll go back to K1. He's fending off Nano, tucked up behind Sam Ross. Ika goes for a dive on Nano. Can he make it stick? He can. Yeah, we'll see. I'll ask him after, but if it's a broken button, then fair enough. It looked like hell to deal with, so fair play that he was still 2 seconds up the road. If that's the case, we'll obviously have to look into it. John is still stuck here on his tyres as well. Oh, that was who collided, wasn't it? It was Jono and Nano. There's been too many big collisions at the front. Linny went at one point. Sam Ross is gone. K1 spun. Nano's gone. Jono spun. Oh, Nick is all over the place. Good save. But already losing the car on 7-lap hards does not bode well, does it? For when he gets 10 laps in the future and he's trying to cling on for dear life. These guys just switch in position now. I wonder, they need to play this safe really. I wonder if they're just helping each other out, just towing each other along, because if they're fighting, all that's going to do is let Wicked Red stay in touch on these hards. Same strategy as the Rouge. So just watch as this plays out. Alex still tucked in fourth. Linny 8 laps. He'll have to pit again, just like Luke. Look at these guys are battling hard, aren't they? Unnecessarily hard, I think. For a soft run, I know he wants the track position, but he needs to be careful not to overdo it and then cost himself heaps of time when they're in slightly different races in terms of strategy. It's going to get ERS on him, DRS on him again down this second straight, the second boost. Oh, and Luke's got a bit layer on the throttle on the exit of turn 10. We've got this battle happening, and then you've also got Wicked Red tucked up right behind Alex as well. Ika's still on Sam Ross's tail. Nano's then decided I've had enough of this, and he's throwing on the softs till the end. I assume 11 laps on the softs, more than doable. Kookaburra trying to fight his way back through on his new mediums. Love and life on his new tyres after his 300 lap old softs. Okay, some of these drivers just need to calm it down a bit and stop being a bit impatient with their moves. I know K1 has the habit of doing a little dive here and there, so hopefully we don't see much of that. Ooh. There's an excuse. Yeah. I use a bit of fastest lap now. Fastest lap stat pad, that's what it is. Boys are switching again up front. Ooh, nice little move from DeRouge there to regain the lead. Ooh, slight contact. Careful on that throttle. Just as I say that as well, Wicked Red lagged that again. So hopefully we can get him back in. That's 3 times this race I think he's lagged that, so hopefully it doesn't mess anyone else's race up, because if you're old gen, it does usually just decide to randomly lag heavily or kick you out as well. So hopefully that can get fixed for next game. It's new engine, isn't it? New game engine for next game, so we'll see what happens with that. Not that I have much hope, but can't be much worse. Look at this though. Ryan lagging out has released Alex, and now they're right on the back of each other. Alex has joined the front train, which is big now, because Alex is going to be on the same tyres. I mean, he's got 10 laps though to do. DeBruce is still in the best situation here. I mean, his tyres can do 10 laps. Can the mediums do 10 laps? Maybe if you can kind of caress them. Oh, no, just as I say that, 3 seconds ruined any chance of that. Even so, 10 more laps on these, you're going to be screaming at the end, even if you can kind of save some of the bite out of the tyre in a DRS train. But both Williams, again, slightly falling away with it now. I mean, Ryan's the best shot, really, of a fight towards the Rouge. Faisal's still on 10 laps. He's trying to fight back through after his pit stop earlier on. Linny on the softs, again, he's same situation as Luke. You will be having to chuck it back in the pits at some point soon. But how long do you give it? Do you go for another step? If they've gone for a softer allocation, you could do that. But realistically, would you have gone for a softer allocation around Bahrain? Chances are near zero. So I guess that will be mediums going on for the last 7 or so laps for those boys. Samros and Ita, look at these guys have been neck and neck for so many laps now. And Ika just can't get past Sam Ross. Ika's sending it. He's sending it down the inside though. K1's just watching this with a packet of popcorn in his hand, trying to pick out. Just try not to do anything dangerous. Keeps it tucked behind. Ooh, bit there on the throttle, and K1. Oh, and now he's gonna have Jono breathing down his neck. He's lost DRS. Now he's got Jono about to be in DRS. That's a shame there for the Aston Martin man. Look at these Williams guys. I'm very intrigued to see what happens at the front here. Because if the Williams fight to Rouge enough, this might be enough for Wicked Red to get back in the scrap for the win. Linny behind on the softs, but again, he's going to have to pit again. We'll see if Jono can make a move on K1 as well. K1 starting to cry with his tyres now. Ooh, slight bait there from Ika. I don't know if he's was faking a pit there, but I mean, he did cross the line, so how strict the stewards want to be. We've had a spin result. Just I was talking about the Williams. I mean, he had the penalty, but Alex obviously lost the car going round, and he's now dropped down 3 positions. So Wicker had one last car for him to get past on track if he wants any sniff of this win. It could be a second place. I mean, Luke's got back past. He reset. Oh, he's reset to track. Oh, any resets, F5 people that are in the lobby, please just make note of those, and we'll deal with those after the race when the steward report comes out tomorrow. Or cut to Nano. It's falling apart, isn't it, for these boys? Ending the race on. I mean, if you're ending the race on softs when it wasn't probably part of your planned strategy, that's when you know it's slightly gone awry. Kaya sliding around on his softs at the back as well. New fresh set of boots for Kaya. We can see what. We'll go on board with Kaya for just half a lap and just see what we can do. Slightly wide. Throttle inputs Kaya. Don't have to know Kaya. Oh, I've had enough. I've had enough of this. Look, we're 2.2 behind. 2.2, 7 laps to go. The only issue with him at the moment is the Rouge is going to be getting DRS from the reserve Williams driver. Kai gets the 3 seconds. I am intrigued just to see what Luke does, because he can't stay out. He has to pit. And who's that that's gone? Is that Faisal? Did Faisal go round? He's in a bit of no man's land there, Faisal, anyway, so even if he did spin, he's luckily got away with it to some extent, position-wise anyway. Although he's lost his momentum. There they are, McLaren boys setting their banker laps in. They're just stat padding with their fastest laps on the back. We've got a couple of interesting battles to watch then as we go into the closing stages of the race. We've got this battle for the win that looks like the Rouge should have covered off. I mean, Wicked Red 2.5 behind. Who knows what could happen in these last couple of laps though. If he gets held up by Luke enough, Wicked Red does have a sniff. And then you've got this battle for the back end of the points. You've got Jono, Sam Ross, Kookaburra catching as well. And then you go back to the 3 soft runners where race just seemed to fall apart. Tipsy says, what happened? What, with you? I mean, you'll have to say, if you want to report it, you can. From what I saw, I think one car just probably drifted across, and then you kind of all just kind of dissolved into one single car and just found the wall. One thing happened at the front though, that's slightly scuppering Wicked Red's chances. Little Linny's deciding to go on a bit of a charge on his soft switch. He's not going to be able to make it to the end, but he's choosing to fight for his life just for the track position for the time being. Which I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, to be fair, if he just wants to get through and just do his thing as quickly as he can, but that's cost Wicked Red nearly a second of time. What happened? They as soon as they crashed, they came in. The two Williams boys came in, and then they fought through the chaos. But I don't know if they'll get to the end. Luke won't get to the end on these softs, so he's gonna have to pit. So he's gonna fall. I mean, you can have a look at the gap. 20-second pit stop. He's gonna be out the points at the moment as it stands. And then it's even if Alex can hold these mediums on, which should be a very tight call for him. If he can, then fair enough. He's got the gap behind to phase out. He's got a 5-second gap. But these tyres are going to be screaming to him at the end, so we'll have to see. We'll watch this battle behind K1 for a sec as well. Cooper finally getting involved as well, behind Jono and K1. Maybe a bit of teamwork going on for Aston Martin. K1 could just hold Jono up enough. Cooper could snag that 9th position from Jono. Jono, I think, aiming for a bit more this race, considering he was talking very confidently about how this race could go. I mean, it's been a bit of a chaotic race to kick things off, but I think he would have been hoping for more than a, back-end points finish. Who else is that? And Sam Ross retiring in the pits. He hoped big for Bahrain. He said he was quite confident for a podium, perhaps. But it's one Alpine up in third, looking good for a podium, and then it's the other in the pits, unfortunately, ending his race. And you realise how quiet it is when it goes on. Drone view makes me think too much. Back with Jerusalem, still tucked in behind Luke. But then the question is, of course, what does Luke do? Well, there's no way he goes to the end. There's no way he does 5 more laps on these softs. If he does, his tyre's going to explode and he's going to end up in a wall. I think for him, there's no reason to take that much of a risk. I'd rather try and sneak a point rather than throw it all away. Surely you want to finish on a strong point, don't you? Wicked Red, I've missed that as well. He's back past Little Linny, but Linny's back in the DRS, but he's in the same situation. When does he pit? Because he's just costing himself time. Okay, yeah, that's Luke is in then. So that releases the Rouge now, his now closest competitor on the same compound, and effectively that will be around him come a couple of laps time will be Wicked Red. He's 2.8 behind, so 2.8 seconds to Rouge, Red Bull, Ryan, Wicked Red's Alpine. And then Alex, if he can survive. If not, you got this man. You got a Red Bull potential 1-3 happening. If, that's a big if, Alex can't get these tyres to survive. Oh, big moment from Little Linny on the exit there. I thought he was a lap car for a second, he was going so slow. I'll quickly go and have a quick fuel check as well, or ERS check, just to see. Kyle's got plenty. Right, so that's good then for Luke. He slotted in 9th place, 5 seconds behind Jono. He could catch him, 4 laps, if he's putting in some banging qualifying laps for the next couple, he might just catch the back of this train. K1 as well. K1, I just didn't even miss that, I'll be honest. K1 has lost ground to... There must have been... Something's happened there, because that was who spun then. It wasn't Faisal. It was K1 there, wasn't it? Because he's lost to Kookaburra, Jono and Nano to end back in 11th. Ika, I mean, it looks like he's been terrorised this race from what I've seen. He's been in 1 or 2 collisions. But he finds himself back in 6th, so a strong race for him to fight back considering the circumstances. Got Faisal in 5th, Low on DRS, and there's Linney into the pits. So this is it. Now we're getting a full picture now of how this is going to look. You're getting the cars that are expected to pit out the way. You're just looking towards potential for Alex. Does he make it? Does he not? That's the one question now in the battle for the win. Three laps. 20 drivers next time. It should be. I mean, first race, I think some people have fraud a little bit with checking to not race opening race of the season. Look at that. I've just looked at the gap. Luke's knocked half that time off. I said when I came to it, he came out the pits, he was just over 5 seconds behind Jono. And look at that. He's now just tucked up behind. And then to make it even better for him, Ika's just picked up 3. Has he lost it again? Oh, no. Jono's decided to go for a big send up the inside. Ika picked up a penalty, and that's going to be very costly, because even if he gets back past Jono, he's got this man charging up behind him. He will catch them. Even if he doesn't get past him, he's going to be right on their tail, so that's a position for the Williams reserve. What else can change up here? Kookaburra's managed to have both of these guys. It's just seeing what I think it's just seeing now firstly what Jono can do now that he's past Ika, but Ika's coming back at him. 17 lap old hards, he's gonna be on absolute ice at the end, but he's made that one stop work. Trying to dive back down the inside. Ika will have ERS, but it's got a bit of layer on the throttle, and that's another cut for him as he just tries to cling on to Jono's coattails and drag him back to him. But here comes the soft runner. He can sense the 6th place here, can Luke. If he clears Ika in the next couple of corners, he doesn't want to get stuck behind him here. He wants to make that big move, little switchback maybe. Oh, Ika sliding on his ABS. He needs to get past him quick, because he needs to try and get Jono before he legs it down the road. But at the same time, you want to be patient. You don't want to do anything stupid. And he's got him. Look, that's just. I know Ika got on the curve a little bit, but did DeRouge continue his race? And it didn't look like he did, but he's just as like, I mean, it didn't look like he did. When I went to him, he had plenty left, but I mean, he was just at 0 then. Look, he's I'll go back to that in half a lap and see what that looks like. Kaya's come up for pits. Kaya is somehow a minute behind. Kaya, I'm going to bring you into the principal's office after this, Kaya. I'm going to have words with you. And here come the soft runners then. Nano. I'm assuming he's just been had by Linney. Yeah, Linney trying to steam back through on his new set, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere, considering he's got the pen and Ika has the pen. But look at this. I've gone away to watch that other little scraps there for a sec. And then Luke's had Ika and he's had Jono. 1.7 seconds for Luke to Kookaburra. Can he do that? 12 lap old mediums. Jono looks like he's going to finish 7th now. It doesn't look like he's going to lose to Ika with the time pen, and you'd expect Luke just to kind of leg it down the road. And that's another time penalty. They're starting to rack up a little bit now. 5 drivers with that little black and white flag next to their name, unfortunately for their sake. And look, it looks like this is how it's going to finish. Alex, I mean, he's got a 3-second penalty, but I mean, fair play, that's a mega stint on the mediums. Kaya getting blue flags, unfortunately. He's just been lapped. Not the best start to the season that you would have hoped for. He's the last call for a reserve to come in. And here he is, unfortunately being lapped. At least by DeRouge as they start the last lap. Ooh, a bit too much curve for Wicked Red there. To be fair, he's gained on him recently. Faisal, I mean, it looks like he's going to have to settle for 4th, because I did not expect Alex to stay out on these on these mediums. So do you know what? Fair play to him. Cooper under real pressure right at the end now from Mr. Softrunner here in the Williams. Luke trying it round the outside, if he can make this work. Oh, can he hang out? He's been squeezed by Cooper. But a tyre advantage, oh, fair play. 3 big moves from Luke to put it up to 5th. But then obviously potential Stewart's inquiry hanging over his head. Some battles dragging along at the end. Linney tucked up behind Ika. And it looks like he's going to have him with that massive tyre advantage. Even though they both got pens, he should have him. Luke trying to get Faisal, not quite going to be enough though. So I think it's just going to finish like this. Look, I mean, Ryan's caught De Rouge a lot, but there are questions to be asked about this ERS issue. Very slow at the final corner, but he won't worry because he's crossed the line, first place in the first race, round 1 Bahrain, done and dusted for him. And that's a Red Bull victory to kick things off. Ryan picks up a 2nd place. We'll see what happens there with De Rouge. I mean, it depends what the drivers think if anyone decides to launch any kind of query or anything like that. We'll have to see. Who else? Faisal, I forgot Faisal had a penalty. When did Faisal have a penalty? Faisal went from potentially a 3rd place to then looks like he was going to finish 4th to then picking up a 5-second penalty. Fair play. Luke, he got it last corner. Oh, what a shame. There's your winner. De Rouge, IT De Rouge, first race in the league. And he picks up victory in race number 1. Red Bull on the top step again. Wicked Red, a great drive. Bringing it back from 13th to 2nd, despite his internet issues as well. You could say the same for Alex. He's ended up on his podium, mega stint after a collision as well. Luke, great drive, great strategy. It was being questioned, I'll be honest, I did not expect it to work, but with the people staying out on the hard compounds, he managed to sieve through and get back just in time. Well, I mean, he nagged Faisal right at the end, had Cooper as well in the closing stages, and then hopped up to 4th with that. Cooper, decent race for him in 5th. Faisal, unfortunately, with that extra warning to tip him over the edge, put him down to 6th. Jono 7th in the first race. I think he would have been hoping for better. Linney ends strong on the softs, but I think he would have been happier higher up. But the softs did him well at the end as well. But I think he got unlucky with some collisions. Ika as well, from what I saw, he got terrorized. So points finish for him decent. Nano, I mean, he started 4th, ended 10th. What can you say? K1, a bit of a quiet race from him. Same with Chesney, the other McLaren. Kaya a lap down, unfortunately for him. So a bit of a stinky start for him. And then retirees in the pits. Sam Ross, Sponge Star, and then retirees on track. You've got Clipsy and Mr. Nefertal. 1 race down, 9 to go. Next race, we've got Saudi Arabia. So we'll see what kind of chaos that causes. Hopefully drivers can stay out the wall. Hopefully we don't have 6 or something safety cars. I'm hoping, and I'd like to think that we have quite a clean race. Or just a 10. Yeah, let's have quite a 10 testing in that. You can have a look at that next week, same time, Friday, 6 p.m. If you want to stick around and watch the big dogs, if you want to watch the F1 division, we'll be back in just under an hour, 8 p.m. UK time. So we're at 40 minutes. The stream will be up for our F1, where we've got the likes of some of the people in the chat, Nikolai, Sezoy, me, Driller Bonds, all racing, all talking in the chat. So if you want to see that, stick along. And you'll get pinged in the Discord if you're on that. If you're not in the Discord, hop in, or if not, stay followed, and then you will get notified when we go live again in 40 minutes. So hopefully you join back for that, or if not, if you're just an F2 fan, see you next week for F2.